Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sunfun, and today we're going to go over the jungle meta-analysis for my top 5 series on what you should be playing during patch 10.3 in League of Legends. Now at number 5 in the jungle is Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix takes the summoner spells Flash and Smite, just like most junglers. The item set that you're going to go to pretty much every game after analysis is Talisman and Refill Potion start, followed by Blue Smite with the Warrior Enchant, Ninja Tabby, then Duskblade, Yumu's, Guardians, and Edge of Night. For abilities, you're going to want to go Q max first, then W, and then E. And Kha'Zix is kind of special because there's his ultimate, you get to evolve his abilities. After there isn't as much data on his evolutions, I think the API for Riot Games is difficult to track the evolutions. So most sites don't have it. But QWE is what I found after looking up a few more sites that enabled me to have the 5 like I do here. Even with just these 5 sites, I think OPGG has Q, and they only show 2 of the first evolutions, and then League of Graphs and UGG, or no, excuse me, League of Graphs and Blitz, I believe, have QWE as the priority for the evolutions once you get to 6. Then for runes for Kha'Zix, you're going to want to go, Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, and under those domination, that's the from top to bottom, the right, and most left on the bottom for domination tree. Then you're going to want to go sorcery into Nimbus Cloak and Water Walking, and then get double adaptive and armor for runes. Kha'Zix has been popular for quite some time. He's not. He would be higher on this list. How I have my 5 sites set up is almost all of them, except for OPGG, are set for going to North America. I know this means that if a European viewer is looking at this, it doesn't pertain to you as much as a North American viewer. But at some point I might add, I live in North America, but at some point I might add in a European list into this as well, if I have enough European viewers. But OPGG lists in Korea that Kha'Zix is like 20th or something like that. So he would be higher, but because I use OPGG, because so many people when I was making these spreadsheets used OPGG for what they based the best champions in each role on. That's why I'm still using it, even though I disagree that I don't think I should be using this, since most of my friends play in North America, so a tier list for Korea's champions doesn't really pertain to us. And there's also other problems with Korean solo queue that LS talks about in multiple different episodes. Loco Doco talks about in multiple of his episodes, and I think Monte Cristo and Thorin talk about it in a few of their episodes as well, about how their meta doesn't change as fast, and they stick with their old ways eternally, which is why change happens so slowly there. Anyways, moving on to our number 4 jungler, Shaco ended up being number 4. He's one of the few junglers who uses Flash, or excuse me, who doesn't use Flash, and he uses Ignite and Smite for summoner spells instead. And it's because of his reliance on kills early. The jungle route for Shaco is always going to be plant your boxes at the red buff, and have your team try to fend off an invade from the enemy team in order to defend your boxes, because once you box the red buff, that's really why Shaco is so strong, is people refuse in solo queue to coordinate and invade the jungle to mess up the boxes. Otherwise, Shaco is not very good. For example, using OPGG as an example again, Shaco is not very highly rated in Korea because in Korea, every Korean in solo queue understands what Shaco needs to do to be successful in the jungle, and they will group up early and invade and get rid of the boxes, which means that his level 2 gank, because you take the red buff down so fast with, I think it's like 3 or 4 boxes you can get, you immediately gank whichever lane's closest, mid or bottom, or mid or top, whichever one. Usually it's mid lane, and you basically go all in with Ignite and Q and your red buff, and it can kill most people with the help of the laner. And then his Q means that he doesn't need flash as well because it's on such a low cooldown that you can generally escape with Q at any given time, where flash would be used instead on another champion. Anyways, moving on to the items. After analysis, Talisman Potion was the top starting item, and then Shaco is a Tiamat user. Shaco's clear speed is god awful without Tiamat. Usually after his first kill, he can take Gromp or another small camp in order to buy the Tiamat. Or he'll clear a few more camps and make one more gank and then get Tiamat. This means that he can actually clear the camps with multiple things in it. Otherwise, without Tiamat, he's basically god awful in the jungle. Always get Tiamat first. The Talisman is just a starting item. Don't even finish the jungle item. Keep Talisman until later on in the game and then sell it for something else. Once you complete Tiamat, you finish Duskblade, then Berserker Greaves, Infinity Edge, Trinity Force, Guardian, and then you finish the Tiamat into Ravenous Hydra. For his abilities, you're going to want to start with W, then level up Q, then 3 levels of E, and then his R. And you're going to want to max his E first, followed by Q, and then W. Again, like I said, he takes his boxes first in order to do the red buff quickly so that he can immediately gank the closest lane and all in with his Q and Ignite and the red buff to get first blood. For runes, you want to be going Hail of Blades. This was kind of surprising to me. I haven't played Shaco in quite a while, just because for whatever reason in almost every one of my games as Shaco I get invaded at my red buff and my box is destroyed. However, when I'm pinging to invade the enemy red buff when they have a Shaco, everybody's AFK in the base for the first 45 seconds. And then, of course, he gets first blood and snowballs the game. But the last time I played, it was Electrocute or the other one, Dark Harvest. That was the top. And those are still good, but Hail Blades is the most consistent choice for Shaco in the jungle, followed by, in the Domination Tree, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, and Relentless Hunter, which is the right, and middle right option in the Domination Tree. And then in Precision, you're going to want to go the Alacrity and Coup de Grace, which is the middle left and bottom left. And then you're going to want to get for your ability or for your stats, attack speed, adaptive, and then armor. The number 3 champion in our meta analysis of the top 5 junglers in patch 10.3 is going to be Olaf. Summoners are going to be Flash Smite, just like most junglers. And then for the best item path, you're going to want to go Talisman with the potion, with the refill, I mean. You're going to want to go Blue Smite with the Warrior Enchant into Ninja Tabby, and then Black Cleaver, then Guardian Angel, Sterix, and then finally finish off with Righteous Glory. The Righteous Glory might seem kind of strange to some people because most Olafs are going damage, but late in the game, Olaf isn't generally a huge threat, and you want to be a little bit more supportive and help your team engage along with you. if you are diving into the backline, it can work. Not saying it can't if you're very, very fed, but generally late into the game, you're going to want to, everyone's has enough items to kill you extremely quickly, even with Guardian Angel and Sterix, and you want to push your teammates into the engage along with you. This is kind of one of the items that comes around when you're looking at builds and the statistics of winning in the late game. It's an item where if you're behind and you're an engaged champion, getting Righteous Glory can bring you out of the loss, because it's such a strong item at telling your teammates engage now. A lot of people, when they're losing, they'll still try to go the cookie cutter build and get more damage, more damage, more damage. But Righteous Glory is just one of those special items that always seems to pop up, especially on engaging champions. That it happens on support too, where winning or losing, it's such a good item because not only does it help you with its stats and with its unique active, but it also is a communication tool where your teammates will see the movement speed and just naturally follow. Whereas before, even if you ult and go in, they'd be a little afraid. I don't know why the movement speed seems to do that, but it does. Anyways, moving on to his abilities. You're going to go for the first 6 Q, W, E, Q, Q, R. And you're going to max out the Q first, then max out E, then max out W. And then for runes, you're going to go Conquer and Inspiration. And in the precision tree for Conquer, you're going to take Triumph, Alacrity, and Last Stand, which is the middle, left, and right. And then for Inspiration, you're going to go Magical Footwear and then Approach Velocity, which is the top, middle, and bottom middle options. And then for your stats, you're going to want to go Attack Speed, Adaptive, and then 6 Armor. Then for our number 2 top jungler in the meta for 10.3 right now, Rek'Sai is the number 2. Very strong champion, good at engaging, good at taking down camps really, really quickly, and good at keeping control of the map without having to control necessarily through wards or being there. You can see your tunnels disappearing. You can ping out where your opponents are later into the game. People will just step on them to get rid of them. Even if they're showing that they're doing Baron, they'll just step on your tunnel, showing where you are for no reason. Anyways, summoners are going to be Flash Smite, just like most junglers. The top item path you're going to want to go to is start out with Hunter's Machete and Refill Potion. Then you're going to go Tiamat. Rek'Sai is one of those junglers where in order to reach maximum velocity or maximum speed, I guess, in the jungle for clears, you're going to want to go Tiamat. She's a really strong Tiamat user. You're going to want to go Blue Smite into Warrior, then Ninja Tappy, Black Cleaver, Guardian Angel, Sterix Gauge, and then finally finish off that Tiamat into Titanic Hydra. For abilities, you're going to want to go for the first 6, Q, W, E, Q, Q, R, and then you're going to max out Q, then max E second, and then max W third. Then finally for runes, there's 2 rune pages that I'm going to show just because Rek'Sai has 2 different ones that are very close in which one is the most consistent winner. The first one and the one that is the top at the moment is Halo Blades. Halo Blades with the precision tree as the secondary. You'll go Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collection, and Relentless Hunter in the domination tree, which is the left, right, and middle right options. And then the precision tree, you're going to go Triumph and Legend of Alacrity, which is the top, middle, and middle left option. And then for your stats, you're going to want to go Attack Speed, Adaptive, and Armor. And the race was very close between Halo Blades and Conqueror. But like I said, this page with Halo Blades and the precision tree is at the moment the most consistent chance for you to win, which is what this meta-analysis is all about. It's about showing the most common way for people to just pick up the game, pick a champion with X items and X runes, and then win. I will show this secondary page off just because it's early in the patch, and Conquer has been extremely strong on pretty much everyone who takes it, and it's so close on this one that I'm going to show this secondary page just in case Halo Blades doesn't work for you. You can try out Conquer as well. This one, like I said, is Conquer and Sorcery. And you're going to want to take Triumph, Alacrity, and then Coup de Grace. That's the middle left option in the precision tree. And then for Sorcery, you're going to want to go Nimbus Cloak and Water Walking. That's the, the top right and the bottom middle option. And then for your stats, you're going to want to go Attack, Speed, Adaptive, and Armor. I cannot say you're going to want to go today. Then finally, for the number 1 pick right now in the jungle for patch 10.3, after combining and analyzing all 5 of these sites, the number 1 pick right now is going to be Master Yi. It's probably not that surprising to anybody. Master Yi has been around for quite some time, several patches now. He's been up at the top, and he's seeing a lot of play. For summoners, Flash Smite, of course, and then the top item path that you're gonna want to go to. You're gonna want to start Machete with Refill Potion, then build Red Smite with Blood Razor, and Ninja Tabby, then Rage Blade, Wit's End, and Sterix. And this is like the cookie cutter build for Master Yi. You basically want to try to be going this every single game. And the reason Master Yi is so strong right now is because even if you are unable to affect the early game by ganking, he's such a fast farming jungler that you can carry the game by farming early, by just full clearing your camps over and over and over again, and you can solo dragon once you get your full jungle item. And it just makes it very difficult because you can basically build these 4 items almost every single game fairly consistently, and these 4 items are very hard to stop. There isn't a final item here, just because this early in the patch there's not that much data on a 5th item, and even going back to previous patches, some of the items have been slightly changed since the last few patches that I've done analysis on Master Yi. And so I just don't feel comfortable putting a 5th item. But any defensive item or like Infinity Edge or something, some big item like that is fine on Master Yi. These 4 items are just so strong on him that that's what makes the champion who he is. A lot of the time the game will end before you get the 5th item. For abilities, for the first 6, you're going to go Q, E, W, Q, Q, R, and you're going to max your Q first, max your E second, and then max your W third. And then finally, the best rune page right now is going to be Conquer with Domination. You're going to want to go in the precision tree, Triumph, Alacrity, and then Coup de Grace, which is the middle left option. And then the Domination tree, Sudden Impact, and Ravenous Hunter. That's the top right and bottom left options in the Domination tree. Then for stats, you're going to want to go Attack, Speed, Adaptive, and then Armor. And the one thing I will mention about this rune page is that Sudden Impact is the most consistent win rate at the moment. But as I said in the notes, Eyeball Collection is pretty strong at the moment as well, in place of Sudden Impact, which is the Eyeball Collection is the middle right option instead of the top right. Both are very good. Sudden Impact just has a more consistent win rate. So I would recommend going that route instead of the Eyeball Collection. Anyways, guys, that was my top 5 jungle meta-analysis for patch 10.3. Like I said in my video yesterday, I'm going to be going day by day, Monday through Friday, and doing a tier list and showing off the top 5 champions after doing basically combining these 5 sites into one. If you have any other sites that you want me to use, feel free to leave it in the comments. I can look into adding them. I don't mind adding other sites. It just makes it more consistent. Um, and I hope you enjoy my videos, and please subscribe for more. I'll be back Monday with the mid lane meta analysis for 10.3.